school, and just want to come on then. And yes, I'm a Manchester boy through and through, born and bred, and I'm proud of it.
Man U fan?
I am a Man United fan, yeah. A real one.
I'm from a little town outside Manchester, about 40 minutes out, called Burnley. Oh.
I'm from a town smack in between Manchester and Liverpool, which is about 16 miles away from Manchester, called Warrington.
I'm from Guildford. No, I was born in a wee town called Enniskillen. Ooh, steady. I spent most of my time in Belfast. So there you are now.
Go, yes, Sonny. Sorry. Oh, God, she stood up. I can't ignore her.
Nick.
Okay.
Coronation Street has had 50 years of success, and we're all here because of it and how much we love it. It's an iconic show. We have 4 actors who played on it, different storylines, comedy, and drama. Out of the 4, can you both all tell us, one by one, who your favorite Corey iconic actor, before or during or now, are?
Good question.
Oh, good
That is a
question.
good question, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard everyone moaning that you weren't getting to the question quick.
It's
But
going
it
to
was
get
worth the
ugly.
wait, I think we'll agree with that. Well, where'd you start?
I mean, my personal favourite is David Nielsen that plays Roy Cropper. And he isn't Sonic now. I mean, at the time when I was there, it was actually John Savin that played Fred. But I think now it just brings something different to the table, David. And I just think he's a fabulous actor. He's an unselfish actor as well. You know, I just think he's fabulous. And mine would be David.
For me, it's got to be Sarah Lancashire who played Raquel and played it so brilliant.
My personal favourite, and he did a lot for me when I was, apart from Charlie, obviously, would be Billy Tarmy, who played Jack Duckworth.
I go along with Jules. Sarah was extraordinary when they gave her stuff to do, which is very often the case. They do nothing and then they give you something to do. Very much like Bill Roach, when you give Bill something to do, he's brilliant. But I'm just going to be biased and say I love him to pieces. Simon Gregson, he's like a son to me, and I think what he does, if he gets a kick in the arse now and again, he's brilliant.
Let's go over here, because I'm going to get told off otherwise. Yes,
Tell us about your awareness in James.
I was here in 1987 at the Alex Theatre doing the Henry IV Part 1, Part 2 and Henry V. And we were here for 2 months, and so we went to a Blue Jays game. Then I came back in 1989 to do something, and I went to some more games, and I just started in Corrie, so they invited me to the stadium, and they gave me a sweatshirt. When I joined the street, the wardrobe had no idea what the character was going to be. They said, bring some stuff along that's yours, so I did. And the next thing I knew, the bloody phone never stopped ringing. So I always have a soft spot for the Blue Jays, and I always watch.
you can't go wrong with that, mate. I'm a Leafs fan. Oh, it's so easy. Go on, darling, down the front.
A couple of years ago, they aired here a special where a number of the actors were singing. And we were just wondering if maybe they're planning to do something like that again. It was wonderful.
Wow, I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
They were singing on what, sorry? What?
Not a stage, like an intro.
Oh, I think
someone played piano.
it was an audience with Coronation Street.
That's it.
We'll have no idea if. I mean, they might do one to celebrate the 50th. I don't know.
No, I don't know if they're going to do it again. And to be honest, I didn't even know that had taken place. I've slept since then. And I've had 2 children, not personally. But that just takes over. And no, I don't know. I mean, we're going to do a number at the end. We're not going to do that at all. We're not going to do. Yes, honey, go on.
I'm just wondering if you have a favourite storyline.
Favourite storyline?
Yeah. While each of you were on the show.
Go on, guys.
I'll tell you what. I've only discovered computers. I'll tell you. And I found YouTube the other day. And I went on it and blah blah and all this stuff. And you can never remember, especially if you're a bit of a drinker.
Just a bit.
For another evening. Anyway, I couldn't remember half the bloody years I've been doing the street. And I found this scene where Jim is in a wheelchair. Now, any actor who tells you he doesn't like being in a wheelchair is a liar. It's a gift. You can be angry and bitter and twisted and Anyway, it was a scene. You remember years ago, Nick, they used to write scenes that lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They were brilliant. There were only 30 characters, so you could, you know what I mean? Now it's like, cut. There was a scene of Liz Bradley, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
Maud Grimes. Comes to see Jim in the wheelchair. And they sit down, and Jim's tried to commit suicide the night before. I'd forgotten all this. And there was about 5 minutes where she lectures him about, what do you think? I know soldiers, you really. Imagine in Germany, a 10 of them. But it was brilliant. And I'd forgotten all that, so I went on YouTube and I found all that. There's a world in there. A world of things I'd forgotten. Or wasn't aware of at the time. But I'll tell you what, it was brilliant. But when they used to write scenes like that, and so my favourite would be the wheelchair, and then the miraculous recovery.
I think my favourite, for me, because when I first went in, Ashley was a real dippy character, so to get a chance to do something serious was just to show another side to Ashley was when Fred told Ashley he was his dad. It was, emotional, and it just showed another side to my character and give me the storylines that I got after that. So, yeah, that would be mine.
Good answer. For me, I think it was probably the postnatal depression storyline, because as emotionally harrowing as it was at times, like Stevie just said, as an actor you want to be able to show your range, and I felt that we did it and we played it well.
I believed it anyway.
I remember a storyline where Andy took a good kicking for Steve. He'd wound someone up and I'm not quite sure exactly what happened. Rather like Charlie, I've slept since then, so I'm not quite sure why. But I do remember taking a good beating off a group of young hoodlums. You're looking at me like you don't remember it either, which is probably true. But I spent a good hour and a half in makeup with cuts and bruises and all the rest of it, and this face that suddenly was smashed up.
That bloke from Glasgow.
It was the guy. I ended up leaving the makeup on and going home. I was still living at home at the time, being a young lad, and I remember knocking on the front door at home and my mum answering the door. And I did a bit of the face all over the place, and her face was a picture. It was fabulous. There's been loads of storylines all the way through it. In the years I was there was some great stuff, obviously with Charlie and Bev and Simon. It's difficult to just nail it down to one, but for entertainment value, that was quite good.
Have any of you won awards for those performances you just told us about?
I have no silverware.
No, I didn't win any.
I haven't.
Well, we're going to give it to you.
How prompted to use on set, or do you have to learn all the lines for all those things?
The quick answer to that is no. There are no prompters on set, and we dry regularly. But you get a lot of if you're in the middle of a big storyline, then it is intense. You've got a lot of stuff to learn. Go on.
You know, I'm not speaking ill of the dead. God rest your soul, Bill. Bill Waddington, who used to play Percy Sunken, was hysterical. Here, you'd be doing a scene, right?
This is great.
You're doing a scene, right? And the camera's there over my shoulder talking to Bill, and you're looking at me,
yes,
right? So, that'd be all fine, you know, but he'd be reading his lines like camera goes round the other way, right? But that's on me. And on there, he's got his script pinned on there.
There was another great story, no, Bill, what he was playing...
But not only that, but if he got it wrong, he said, it wasn't me, it was him.
He played Father Christmas one day, and he had to come in there, like you say, 5-minute scene, and all Bill had to do was come in at the end, you know, give the kids a presents, and he come in after it all, and he went, I've gone, I forgot my lines, and I think it was Wellings went, Bill, it's ho, ho, ho.
Yes, sorry.
Hi. I just wanted to say I work at the LCBO, so I have loads of Guinness. And I also watch the show on YouTube, and it's awesome. You can get any time you want. What I've noticed, I've been watching